until one of them gets down there where there's a rabbit,
Right.
Yeah, so
But yeah, it was you guys particularly take interest in the minute details,
yeah.
which is
Well,
cool.
we we do poke around on what different stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I guess we the quick stop where nothing was uh just to turn. I guess you were figuring on us to go turn around and go back, but we took the time to scan and do flybys of the.
No, and that's fine. I actually kind of figured that you guys would, but there just really, you know, wasn't
Oh,
a
there's nothing
whole
there.
lot.
There,
Yeah,
yeah.
there just wasn't a whole lot there.
Either that or we didn't poke around at the right places. So
Right.
whatever. I figured I was limited on time, so it was we're camping out in this. We've left Castle Braunhaven, I guess.
That's right. You missed that, didn't you? So,
Yeah.
well, we'll cover that in the recap and get you caught up to speed. Um, you are gonna be pissed, but
Am I?
yeah, some shit happened that which is why they're at where they're at because they're like, you know what, that's enough of this. we're,
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
have to deal with this.
All right. So I've still got Willow with me then. We did
Well, they
not go
did.
back to town.
You did go back to town, so I had assumed that you probably left Willow at the
Fuck yeah,
yeah.
Willow's retired.
Yeah, so yeah, Willow, and that's going to be a good place for Willow because, like I said, some shit happened.
Right. Did the town get attacked?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh man. Did we attack it?
No.
Good.
Like I said, I'll get into it
Oh,
with our recap.
I started asking questions. Yeah. Uh, but I do want to know. I mean, did so I guess the recap's just a few minutes away
Yes,
anyway.
yes, and we'll get you caught up. Yeah, we've been off. You've been off for 2 weeks. I've been off for a week.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It has, yeah. That was another thing on finding the controls on this roll. I mean, it's not Roll's fault. I tried it one time for one game, and then
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
it.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to click connect and then turn on your mic, turn on your camera. Yeah, but hey, at least it all works. I mean,
oh
that
yeah,
that's
yeah.
light years ahead of Roll 20.
On that aspect, that's right.
I mean,
I'm gonna needs more research on if I think the die roll mechanics are better here than there. But I really do like the visual graphic of the dice rolling across the screen.
I do
You
too.
know,
I do like the
so
3D dice. I would
yeah,
like
so
the 3D dice better if they were if there was an ability to make them a little bit more elaborate. Rather than just
uh,
I'm going to have yellow dice or I'm going to have blue dice, and they're just all a solid color. There's no, I don't know anybody
oh
that
my,
has dice like that anymore.
I mean, on roll or roll 20, either one. If I had an option to buy a set of dice, you know what I mean, digital dice, I would pay $5 or $10 to get dice. If they had a cool graphic when I hit 20, you know what I mean, and where it blew up and did. I mean, I play it enough. You
Yeah,
know, what's fucking $10? I'm not into the D&D Beyond thing
yeah,
with the
they've got,
dice.
yeah, they're for, and I don't know if it's still true, but they're for probably about the last 2 3 years. They've been generating, or they were generating a ton of income on there by selling these fucking dice, but
Yeah.
they were selling them for outrageous amounts of money, like a ton of money, and I was like, I don't pay that much for real dice. There is no effing way that I'm going to
Uh,
pay. over $20 for a set of digital dice.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to do it a whole bunch, but I would if they had like a menu of dice, I would buy one. I haven't outright bought dice on D&D Beyond. They come with the adventures and shit.
Right,
Like if you buy, the what is it, the Frost Maiden, then you can, there's some special dice you get,
right.
and you could use those. But I mean, I've kind of phased away from the D&D thing, and so D&D Beyond goes away with that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It is a one trick pony,
Yeah.
and that's
But,
that's one of the downsides that I've always had with Beyond is that it is it, it is a one and only thing, and if unless I mean I guess there are people out there, but if that is literally the only game you play, then okay, but I don't think most people are like that. I re-
yeah, I don't. I mean, there's obviously a lot of people that play it, and that might be their only thing that they play, and that's fine. But the way that their public relations is going,
yeah,
it's just. I mean, we're in a sweet spot right now to maybe do something that people will know about 10 years from now. That's why I'm kind of excited about, writing an adventure and
yeah,
seeing how that goes, especially, if it's on this. I mean, if it gets, you know, popular just because of a lack of choices of content, I'm cool with that.
yeah.
Uh, but in the end, if you make comments to them, or that might have more weight than just anybody else, because they're kind of buying off into your shit.
Yeah, yeah. I finally got my yeah. So with Roll, I finally got the Stripe account set up. So there was some kind of glitch, and so I had to email them, and they actually got back to me and got it taken care of. And so I'm onboarded with the Stripe so that I can actually get paid. Now I just need to wait, and I don't know how long that takes, but I'm still waiting for the approvals. And I have submitted, believe I've submitted everything for Braunhaven that I've written. So, um, yeah, we'll
They,
be
they might be just watching their P's and Q's really hard, because of future possible lawsuits
maybe
that
I'm not
could. I
sure.
don't. I
I
mean,
mean,
you know,
I know that before I was verified with Drive Through RPG, the approval process could take quite a while. So,
right.
um,
That sounds like a big pain in the ass.
I it I can only imagine. Hello, Cameron. I can only imagine it is, and I don't know what actually goes into that. I can't imagine that they actually have somebody that's reading these things from cover to cover because some of these books are massive. Um,
Well,
I mean, you get something like what Pathfinder Second Edition. Okay, before we can approve it, you got to read 400 pages of stuff. I
you
just
know,
I don't believe it. I mean, maybe if they're skimming it is one thing, but yeah, I don't know what all goes into that.
I don't either. But I mean, I'm sure they got somebody on a legal team somewhere that at least runs, scans the material for certain things or something like that. Maybe a quick skim over.
Right,
I don't know. There's got to be certain things you got to do to cover your ass if you're worried about getting sued.
right,
Yeah. So I mean, that's the main thing. Or just understaffed and got a lot of shit to deal with, and it's hard to take care of your shit.
right, right. Well, and I know like so Roll was created by this guy and this gal, and the two emails that I've gotten from them or from Roll with questions, and so like when I was approved, I actually got an email from her, and then when I had a question about because the Stripe onboarding just the menu wasn't popping up for me, and so I emailed them, and I got an email from him. So those are the only two people I've had the actual creators are the only two people that I've had contact with. So unlike Drive Through RPG, where you get some guy who is a part of community management and was hired outside it's not the people who created One Bookshelf that contacts me. It's some hireling, and so yeah,
Well,
it's a little bit different dealing with directly with the people that actually created the product.
well, yeah, that gives you a chance to fucking tell them things like we would like to see some fucking digital dice rolling across the screen, and
Right.
and the clunkiness when we move our tokens around is kind of
Yeah, there's a little bit.
troublesome
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Well, and it's weird because what I've noticed is with moving them, um, I have noticed that it mostly gets janky like that when you are at the edge of the map or if you're at the edge of the screen. And I think
Yeah.
part of that is because you've got your menus that are overlaying stuff here in the lower right corner uh, down here. There is this little square that is the roll button, which will take you back to your roll screen. And so I think that when you get the tokens near those items, that is what actually tends to cause it to start to wig out on you.
Right.
Some of these buttons, I don't know even what they really. Oh, minimize. Right. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Huh. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I was looking to see if there was a way to minimize some of this stuff. Um, I do like the fact that like on the side panels, like where your character sheet is or where the dice roller is, you can click to minimize it, off the screen, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool if you're looking to maximize your screen potential. But I mean, you can also just zoom out. So yeah, I don't know. I really like it. It it lends more to how tabletop RPGs are actually played. Unlike Roll 20, where instead of how RPGs are actually played, it wants to focus on the miniatures and the tabletop. It would be great if you used Roll 20 for like a board game, but RPGs are not board games, and I think if you are what I have found is that every time we have this happens every time I put out the fancy terrain and people's custom painted minis, they stop playing a role playing game and they stare at the map and count squares, which you should be doing that because that is the layout of the train. But at the same time, it for some reason it shuts off part of their brain, and they stop listening to what the DM says or as he describes the room, and instead are like, yeah, yeah, yeah. How many squares is it to get to where I want to be? And
Right.
so a lot of it goes by the wayside. A lot of things that are in the room that could be used either to your advantage or are a disadvantage. I've watched that happen too. Um, are just completely forgotten because they're counting how many squares it is to get to 30 feet to where they can do whatever it is that they want to do. So I like this aspect a lot better because instead, I mean, yeah, you can throw down maps, but and like this particular map right here that we're looking at, this was actually I designed this specifically to be a battle map. Because there are multiple things that can happen on this map, but um, really, um, for the most part, what I found for role playing games, what the way that this works best is to use it as a whiteboard to throw up images. Well, what does this ship look like? This is what the ship looks like. What is the overall map of the deck plans? Well, here you go. Here's, I really think that Roll would really super shine with Traveler, because of that. It lends more to theater of the mind.
Right.
But yeah, overall, I really like the.
Brian gonna play?
Yeah, he something about ants, and he said he was going to be a few minutes late. But
Oh no,
yeah, I'm not
that's never good.
like. Well, and the thing with ants, I mean, they'll either be there when you come back, or more likely, they will have cleaned all of the crumbs away from what it was that drew them in the first place, and then when you come back, you won't see an ant anywhere. They will be gone. So you might find one or two stragglers, but you're not going to find the pile that.
No. I like to go around the yard and pour gasoline in the ant hills and set them on fire. I
Yeah,
like to let it
yeah.
set in kind of good and then douse a little more on there. It's an ethical way to kill the ants because
I've
it's
seen. Oh, sorry. I've seen people take like molten aluminum
Yep.
and pour it in the ant hills, and then you get a cast of what the shapes were like. You like
oh
let it cool off, and you dig it out of the ground after you wait for it to cool off, and then you have like a thing. It's really cool. So
like you pour aluminum and shit in there.
yeah, it's there's lots
Yeah,
of YouTubes of it. It's kind of dangerous though because it's like it can bubble up a little bit.
right.
You have to be super careful. I got chickens, and one of them's crazy and breaks containment constantly, and I think that's why I haven't seen any ants this year. I swear it goes around the house and eats them all.
Well, I
So,
Well,
mean that's not a
nothing wrong
terrible
with
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, it keeps disappearing for days, you guys, and I clip its wings and it still gets out. We call it El Pollo Loco now because I got chicken's fucking dead. It's been gone for like 3 days, and then it appears on my driveway and it shits on my driveway, and then it goes back
Damn.
with the other chickens for a little while, and then it repeats. So it's been doing that for weeks.
God, wow.
She's crazy. She's getting wild, and she'll poof up now whenever you approach her. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
If I was gonna get a weird pet now, uh, I think I'd go for an owl. I've
Wow.
been I've been seeing the owls that a lot of people in Europe have as pets. You
I
know,
believe in the
and
U.S. it's illegal.
oh well, then that might be a problem. But
Yeah,
uh, uh,
That's
but
I
that's why
I
it's
mean,
so great.
I'm convinced that owls are really just flying cats.
they're cool, man. They always
They
look pissed
are.
off though. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
yeah, like a
Well,
cat.
yeah,
Cats always look pissed
yeah,
off.
general.
It's true.
Yeah.
Uh,
So while
yeah.
we're waiting for Brian, I'll just go ahead and bring us in. Welcome to Braunhaven. We've been off for. I was at a family reunion last week. Wes was banged up the week before that, so we will be picking up where we left off 2 weeks ago. And so for Wes, the there was a whole bunch of shit that happened while Wes was gone. So they finished off Castle Braun, and the only thing that they left that wasn't killed is that they ran into a giant black widow spider, and um, Cameron used Alora cast speak with animals, and she parlayed with this black widow, and the black widow I wouldn't necessarily say was. I mean, certainly not friendly. That, but really, the Black Widow's entire thought process was that she was trying to protect her eggs and or her egg, and uh, she allowed the group to pass and get out of her domain, as long as they kept their distance. And she followed them at a distance and kept an eye on them, and they split. And so she is the as far as we know the last I believe You guys killed literally everything else in there. So she is the one and only survivor of you guys traipsing through the castle. They then decided to investigate the small farmstead uh, that had the trebuchet sitting out in front of it, and that was a farm run by gnomes, the Voloff family, and the trebuchet they have a pumpkin farm, and in the fall months they use the trebuchet to have pumpkin launching contests.
Hmm.
And so they stayed the night with the Voloffs, made some friends there. They kind of like them, and they decided to go back to Braunhaven. But upon returning to Braunhaven, they discovered they could see smoke on the horizon. And when they got back, part of the new palisade wall around Braunhaven was burned. Some of the buildings were on fire. There were several people that were killed. And what had happened was that you guys had gone and rather than going and investigating the Duke at the hunting manor, you guys kind of got sidetracked and ended up in Castle Braun for like 3 or 4 days. And in that time, there was enough lag there that the tax collector sent his men to Braunhaven to collect taxes, and of course, these guys show up and they're like, "Well, where did you get all this money to build a palisade? Where did you get all the money to do this and that? And your markets are bursting with crap, and you're not paying your fair share." And so they forcefully took pretty much anything that wasn't nailed down, including your own stuff. They busted into the manor, into the manor for the indigent that you were given as a reward, and took half of your gold supplies.
So we're tracking them down, right?
Well, you've decided to go to the go to this hunting manor and speak with this Duke Bartholomew. Um, you haven't really stated how or what is going to happen when you get there, but you did decide.
Sure, we did. I said there'd be beheadings.
There would be yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree with that assessment.
So they decided that they were going to creep in, and they have gone through the edge of the Solvanus forest, and they were kind of met by a group of Solvanus elven high elf rangers, and they kind of parlayed with them, and the rangers have told them that they are also keeping an eye on the manor as well, and told them, a number of things like the Duke and his retinue arrived 2 moons ago, and his guards immediately set to cutting trees from the edge of the forest, which is why the rangers are there. They're kind of keeping an eye on it. And he says, "We have not acted due to our treaty with the people of Braunhaven. They don't want to start." A long time ago, there was a war for exactly that reason. The people of the town of Braunhaven had gone into the Solvanus forest and were cutting down too many trees, and that prompted I guess war might be a bit of a exaggeration, but there were a series of skirmishes. There were some folk that were killed. Um, and the Rangers also told the party that the work on renovations of the hunting manor ran nonstop for weeks. He says it was as if their workers never tired and had no need for food, drink, or sleep. And that his scouts have reported activity late in the evening around the stone statue at the entrance of the manor. He says, unfortunately, they have not been able to get close enough to investigate this further without risking being noticed. 3 nights ago, scouts spied some of the Duke's guard traveling with a pack of hellhounds. They set upon a farmstead and burned it to the ground. We are unsure if there were any survivors. And he says that we've noted that Shrivelkin activity in the area has increased since the Duke has arrived. And he said that may be coincidental, but the other evidence of what's going on, we do find it odd. And he gave the party, I think he gave you guys like 3 healing potions. And so you have camped for the night around the campfire. I would say that that I don't think you guys haven't gotten into any combat yet. Um, I would imagine that all of your hit points are maxed, are full up, and you have all your spell slots at this
All
point.
right. Well,
Because
that's wonderful.
there was a couple of days that was spent resting in Braunhaven, and of course there was healing spells and whatnot thrown around for that, and then so I mean it from the time that you left Castle Braun to now has probably been about a week.
During that time of a week, can I make some spell scrolls? I have a scribe's kit, and I've got some money.
Yes, so you can. It will cost you
Everything.
yes. You've got the scribe's kit. So yeah, it will cost you 500 gold pieces per level of the spell.
That spell that I came up with, what level is it?
So let me pull it up here. I do have some notes here. I haven't formalized it yet, but so Mavis's Marvelous Visage is a second level spell. Duration is instant. And the range is the caster or a creature touched. So you have to touch them. And it bestows divine beauty and ability to speak eloquently to the caster or the target creature. It grants a +2 bonus to charisma ability checks for the next 1d4 turn.
Alrighty. I just wanted to set that up for the day.
Yeah.
You can make me pretty?
I sure can.
So
Actually goes.
so that spell is going to cost you.
I go from super hairy human to Fabio.
I guess so. I was
So
thinking
researching a
of
new spell takes 2 weeks per spell level and 1,000 gold pieces. So it'll cost you 2,000 gold pieces, and it has. I mean, it's taken you like 4 weeks to create, but I mean, we've been in game for quite some time. You've known that I put out a call for you guys to craft some new spells and whatnot. So yeah, that can be down. There's plenty of downtime that you would have done that.
I made 2 scrolls of Pass Undead and a scroll of Skull Sight.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 2 first levels and a second level. I've actually had Borman pay for it because Malachi hadn't gone through the whole split yet.
And then so Malachi has a spell 2 that he's crafted. Malachi's Magnificent Memorial. It is Necromancer spell, first level, duration is instant, range is the caster. The caster takes on the appearance, mannerisms, and knowledge of the spirit of a deceased for the next 1d4 plus caster level turns. Each turn, the caster must then perform an intelligence ability check to maintain control of their own body. If this check has failed, the spirit of the deceased takes full control of the caster's body and knowledge. The caster and the spirit will be able to have a dialogue. Either could choose to grant the other full control of the caster's body. The spell is typically used to let the dead communicate last wishes or complete a task they failed to do in life. At the end of the spell, the caster takes 1d4 damage due to the draining effect of 2 souls being in one body. The caster must have a piece of the dead body or dirt from the deceased's grave as a material component for the spell. And so that would cost you 1,000 gold pieces and took you 2 weeks to set up.
All right. Again, I'm going to have Borman pay that because we haven't done this really big split. I know we've got a ton of gold and shit waiting to be.
Well, we had a ton of gold. He took half of that gold because of the raid.
Yeah, you have half as much of that gold, but
well, I mean, a lot of the shit
just
just the shit from Castle Braunhaven that we've got in the yet to be split.
I think that's where we took the half.
Oh.
I mean, ultimately, half is half. So, but I mean, still, half, there's still a lot there.
Yeah, all right. Well, Borman is loaded, personally.
Right. Right. I mean, you guys aren't really hurting
No.
for cash. I'm gonna have to come up with some more money sinks for you. But
Yeah.
so that was the recap of our last game. But before we get started, we'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. Today, we would like to thank. That's a good question. Who we want to thank today? Let's go ahead and thank Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard balms, butters, and co-wash, beard wash. They have deodorants. They have spray-on colognes. All of their scents are a different fantasy character. Today I am wearing. I still have beard oils from Christmas, and so I'm wearing the Caroler, which is like a uh, fig pudding kind of nutmeggy scent. But they have a ton of different scents. I'm sure you'll find one that suits your needs. If you are a first-time purchaser, they do have a buy one get one free for new customers. If you go to fablebeardco.com and create an account, you can put 2 beard oils into your cart, and you can use the code FIRST when checking out, and then you will get that second beard oil for free. If you are a fan of the channel, we do have a Zazzle store. The Zazzle store has t-shirts, it's got buttons, it's got a fleece blanket, there's a beer stein, there's a whole bunch of stuff on there. And 100% of the proceeds from that store goes directly back into the channel, paying for new map assets, and you'd be surprised at how many subscriptions are required to keep the games running. And new books, always new books. So yeah, if you want to help support the channel, go ahead and buy yourself a t-shirt or a button, and we appreciate everything you do. I have completed the next adventure in the Braunhaven campaign, and it has been accepted by the printer, and I have ordered the proof copy, which hopefully is going to the printer and on its way to me now. And I'm crossing my fingers that it won't take that long, but it is going to be a soft cover, standard color book format, and as soon as I get that proof, I can approve it, and it will go for sale up onto DriveThru RPG. So it is coming soon. That will be the Lost Mines of Drothamstown. I mean, usually I'm my own harshest critic, but I will say that I think that particular book is probably the best one that I've done so far. And that one book has a lot of stuff. There is an entire hex crawl map that each hex is 12 miles that goes over an entire side of the mountain. There are a number of sites, including multiple little dungeons and ruins and things of that manner. And that's before you even get to the main dungeon, which is a 4-level dungeon. And there are a number of little secrets and stuff in that dungeon that should be surprising to the players. Might be maybe a little terrifying to the players, but yeah. So that will be available very soon. And as soon as you do, or as soon as it is, I will let everybody know. Be sure of it. I do think that next week there is going to be a sale on some of the Braunhaven books, so keep an eye out for that as well. Probably do another sale similar to what I did for 4th of July. I'll call it a going back to school sale, because you have to have role-playing game books for school. I mean, that's how we all got our start, right? So, where we left off,
Where all the cool kids will be.
That's right. That's
playing. Yeah.
Right. That's that's what you do during study hall. That's what I did during study hall. I mean, what else is the library good for? So, you guys kind of spend the evening. I mean, are you staying the whole night with these elven rangers, or are you going to go creeping through the woods? So the
Could spy a little bit.
Yeah, the trail
mentioned.
the trail to the manor is up this northerly trail.
What do you think, Borman? You want to go invisible?
I mean, I can go invisible. Malachi can put pass and dead on somebody if these guys are undead. That's golden uh, for a while.
So we're gonna go to like a party tomorrow night. Is that right?
So that yes, that was another thing is that the Duke. So the Rangers told you, not necessarily they themselves, but they are aware that that some of their higher ups and their names are. So two of their people have been invited to. The Duke is throwing a ball, and it they have they're kind of leaders of these Solvanus Rangers. Ilmatar Ularis and Ashrin Ventana have been invited to this ball and will be attending um, that at this ball as well. So um, they freely tell you that that this is going on and that they will be there. So I think you guys had said that you were going to try and attend, although you have not been invited.
Well, the best way to get an invitation is to ambush his guests as they start coming in, and if
I
he's
thought
gonna.
we could. I thought we could use Marvel's Visage or Charm Person or something to try and get in. That's what I
Well,
thought we could do. Like
maybe that,
get gussied up and head on in.
or we can just sneak in and maybe we
Compose
can go kill
worker.
the Duke before the thing starts.
I like her idea better.
Oh, okay.
Your idea seems to get us killed or start a giant fight.
Oh
It will
yeah,
start, right?
I
And the elves will like maybe help is the position that we're in. So
Yeah.
we could.
So the elves have told you that they are going to be um, keeping an eye on. You know, I don't necessarily know that they are going to help you, but they are going to be keeping an eye on the outside. They are going to continue watching the outside of this manor house, and they are highly suspicious of this Duke Bartholomew and everything that's going on at the hunting manor.
mean, this is the same Duke that has been fucking with Braunhaven through since day one.
So
Just
you guys,
it
yeah, you guys
right.
know that this you found a letter written in Orcish to the or Pukashal, in the Orc dialect, to from Duke Bartholomew to the leader of the Orcs, and essentially Duke Bartholomew had hired the Orcs to tunnel underneath Braunhaven, looking for the holy symbol of Janus, which you guys found. But Orcs don't really know anything much about tunneling. Orcs are not miners, but they do have good relations with other goblinoids, and goblins are really good at that. And so they farmed that out to the goblins, and the goblins sent their hobgoblin commanders and goblins, and they were the ones that tunneled into the catacombs beneath Braunhaven. And the reality is that they didn't mean to tunnel up into. What set this whole thing off is that they had accidentally tunneled into the basement of the Braunhaus coaching inn, and the goblins pretty much said, "Oops, wrong house," and because they were really trying to tunnel into the All Faiths temple. And so they were like, "Oops, wrong house." Well, the goblins also were using giant rats. They kind of use them as both mounts and, well, occasionally they depends on how big they get. They use them as mounts, but they also use them as guard dogs and things of that nature. But they're rats, guard rats. And the rats don't necessarily take orders very well, especially from goblins. So the rats just kind of did what they wanted to do, and they were like, "Hey, there's cheese in the basement," and so that's what started this whole thing. So well, you know that Duke Bartholomew's involved, but you don't know what he's up to. Why did he want this holy? Well, you know that obviously he wanted the holy symbol because you now know what the holy symbol does. The holy symbol unlocked the vault beneath Castle Braunhaven. But that didn't answer your questions. That only presented more answers because in the vault all you found was this hooked scepter. It's an Egyptian style hooked gold scepter. It's not. It does radiate. You have determined that there is some kind of magical glamour on it, but you have not. It doesn't seem to be of any. It's certainly not of any tactical use, and it hasn't. It hasn't. You can't determine if it does anything. You don't see that it has any advantage to you. This thing is very, very odd. It's a golden stick.
I guess we're just gonna kind of stay off the trail a little bit and try to creep along. I mean, if we're gonna scout ahead, right? Is that what we're gonna do first?
If you want to like spy or see if you can get any good information.
I'll definitely go see if I can spy or see anything.
So you're going during the night.
Yes.
Okay.
Invisible.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be kind of just on the side of the trail. You know, I'm gonna be in my leather armor, my magic +1 leather armor,
Okay.
and I'm gonna break out, trying to quietly creep along.
Let me pull up a map. So during the night, you guys kind of get up to this point here, just above number 3, which is the where the forest camp was. And in the evening, you see some interesting things going on. Actually, you know what? I'm on the right. Sorry, my bad.
Come on, get it together.
I know, jeez. That works better. Okay. I will drop you guys individually on the map.
And just so everybody knows, Willow is now retired from adventuring and lives at our house in town Braunhaven.
It's cool.
Yeah.
She made it past the last adventure. Toomey did not.
It wasn't really the same after Yeller died.
Yeah, once Yeller went, we were all like, oh, this is not, no, we don't, no.
Who died and was resurrected and then died again.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
Willow, I mean, we were level 1 when we got Willow, man, and he went a long way with us, and he really kicked a lot of ass. But now, with the inability for him to get more hit points and the not being able to hurt half the shit we fight anyway, you know, I just feel it's time. He, you know, He's
Well,
gonna
at
stay in
least
the
he
house.
survived. He
Yeah,
didn't get killed by one of us. He
yeah.
didn't get resurrected to die again.
Yes. Right.
Like, Willow.
It was
Yeah.
like imagination when Yeller got resurrected. The universe was like, nope, that's not meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, oh, nope, that's an abomination. Make it gone.
Okay.
Jackson and Dentry are forever at odds minorly.
Okay, so the first thing that we need to do.
Um, can I? Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but I can't find my notes on what my AC is with +1 leather armor and a dex of +3.
Okay, so it would be. We'll tell you, weapons and armor is. So it's +1 leather, which makes it 613. And what's your bonus to dex?
3.
Okay, so that makes it. Your AC would be 3.
All right, that's not bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, if I want to be stealthy, I've got to get the fuck out of plate mail.
Right. Yeah, and you would have had time to do that while camping with the elves. So the first thing.
And there's something coming down the trail. Is that what I'm seeing?
Well, yeah. So Brian, have Jackson roll a stealth check. He has a 3 and 6 chance.
3 and 6. 3 and 6.
Moving silently.
Dice roller over here. That's right. Rolling. Hell yeah.
Okay. And Mavis, Mavis and Allura each need to roll a d6.
Oh, wait, I thought we were sending Borman up to spy.
Are you sending? Well, I assume that you guys were kind of. Are you guys staying back, or are you?
I thought that was kind of the general
Okay.
idea. Is I was going to be invisible and sneaking, and I
Can
mean,
you
if,
come tell us what happened?
So
Yeah.
they're just kind of staying back at the camp as the plan.
I don't know. That was the plan I wanted to do.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I
just
guess
gonna,
anybody else sneaky can go along, but like Mavis
Yeah.
is gonna fuck this up for everybody.
yeah, I was really just trying to scout ahead for at least a quarter mile or something.
Okay.
And then,
And I mean, Jackson being a ranger, he's moving silently through the undergrowth. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I'm staying even further back than him,
okay.
but kind of just like keeping, also checking. But he's definitely got way more stealth than I do, so I don't want to mess it up for him.
So at the edge of this road, Borman, well, you're invisible. So at the edge of this road, you see exactly what these rangers were talking about. You see 4 hellhounds that are running, kind of like wild dogs. They are haphazardly just crashing through the forest along this forest trail and hunting anything that they are seeing moving in the undergrowth, which in the evening is actually, there's more small creatures moving around than you might think. And so these hellhounds are kind of causing a ruckus.
Well, I mean, me not being able to talk, I'm just gonna kind of stop
Okay.
and just observe what's going on. If Samuel starts getting in fucking trouble, I mean, I'm gonna have to start putting some hate down. But yeah, I just kind of hug a tree, see how it happens.
Okay. So, whoops. Everybody roll initiative.
You really can't, people.
Yep. I'll
Oh.
throw you into the stack, and we'll see how this all plays out.
Do we roll a d6? I feel so stupid for asking that.
No, you're fine. D6 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay. So,
I had to stop and think about it for a second too. I've been focusing so much on Traveler lately that I was like, wait, how do we play this game again?
So we got Allure 5.
Laura got a
Mavis.
5.
Mavis 4.
What about Dentry?
Dentry got a 4, or yeah, Dentry got a 4. Jackson got a 3.
And Borman?
Borman got a 3, and Malachi Todd. What's his dex? Oh, +1. Malachi got a 5.
Ooh, okay.
I think, right? Yeah.
The Hellhounds got a 6. And so the Hellhounds are sniffing the air. This Hellhound kind of goes over to this tree and promptly pees on the tree and breathes fire on it. And this tree partially kind of lights. This hellhound comes over and is chasing a rabbit in the forest, and he does not notice Jackson at all. And this hellhound, 20, 25, runs over here and stops, and it seems like this hellhound is sniffing the air, like, and kind of looking over in Borman's direction. And this hellhound kind of runs over here. That's what the hellhounds are doing. They are basically hunting rabbits, squirrels, anything that they can find moving in the dark. But in a lot of ways, they just seem like they are. I don't. It's hard to describe. If you've ever seen a pack of dogs running around doing what they want, in some cases, it's more than just hunting. They actually act almost malicious, and that's basically what these hellhounds are doing. Malachi Todd, roll a d6.
A 1.
Ooh. So Malachi, you're sitting around the campfire with these elvish rangers, and you can hear. Well, the first you can hear that they're. I mean, because this isn't happening too far away, but you can hear something even louder than these hellhounds causing problems through the brush. And I should probably. You can hear the sounds of the sounds of a horse or a group of horses at gallop, And that sound's coming from the north.
I'm gonna tell everybody, just prepare yourself. Here they come. Somebody on horses. I hear them. They're wicked. This way they come.
Okay. Dentry, I mean, Malachi tells you this. What is Dentry doing?
Gentry will move forward to kind of take a more frontward position and be ready for anything that comes.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna stand up there like, all right, if you come in, I'm ready for you. I got my axes out or my axe out for distance, and then I'm gonna have my sword ready to pull it out when they get close.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped Allura. So, Allura, with Malachi telling you guys this, what does Allura want to do?
Let's see. I guess hide behind a tree somewhere.
Okay.
I can move. How many again? 5 or. I can't move her at all.
Excuse
I
me.
can't move my token.
Hold on here.
Okay. Maybe is that? Oh, is that behind a tree? Is that
Sure.
cool?
Yeah, that looks like you are in a tree.
Okay.
She climbed a tree.
Climb the tree. Yeah, maybe I should. I should climb a freaking tree. Can I do that?
You don't
with
even
my
have to
turn?
climb the tree. You've got the broom. You can just
Oh,
fly
that's
up
right.
into it.
Okay. I'm gonna fly up in the tree and be ready to toss a dagger if something comes to fuck with my friends.
Okay. That is an excellent plan. And so, Dentry, you're moving to the edge of the camp. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm moving to the edge of the camp and just like, all right, I'm up here. If something comes, I'm gonna see it, and if it comes, it'll see me, so it'll think that I'm what's there.
Okay. And what is Mavis doing?
Probably foolishly running towards the danger. So
You know, as clerics do.
yeah. Move. Come on, token. Am I doing something wrong?
Is that better?
Okay.
Can you grab
Okay,
it now?
thank you. Yeah, now it works. I think that's as far as I can go.
20. That's 25 feet, so that seems about right.
Okay. I think I can go 30.
And now Dentry's like, oh, we're just running towards it. Okay.
What kind of armor is Mavis wearing?
I wrote it somewhere.
She's in heavy
I thought you were in plate.
or chain.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No wonder. Okay. Sorry. Scale mail.
Ooh, okay.
+1.
I have that.
Yeah, I'll move back a little if it affects my movement. But I wrote in 30 for my encounters, so I thought I went back up when I changed.
It might have. Let me.
Yeah.
Here we go. I want to say, and I might be wrong. I want to say that it counts as light, but let me double check. Come on, where's my carcass crawl? There it is. So it says that scale mail. I would say scale mail counts as. What does this say? Yeah, scale mail would count as heavy armor, so your movement. Well, if it no, I guess it would count as light armor. So 90-30 is what you should be moving.
I wrote it down accurately.
Yes. Yes, that would be light armor. Chainmail and well, leather, studded leather are light armor. I would say chainmail probably is. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. There we go. No, it does count as heavy armor. So, yeah, it says chain and plate counts as heavy armor. That would fall directly into scale. So yours would be, your movement would be.
Is it mithril or magical scale or some shit?
60-20.
It's +1.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be 60-20.
All right, I moved my token back.
Yeah, just
2 squares.
yeah,
right?
2 squares.
So it should be good.
Okay. All right, and then what does So Jackson, you can see these hellhounds running around, and I mean, of course, being a ranger, you are incensed that they are, you know, first of all, lighting shit on fire, and then of course, needlessly hunting the woodland creatures. What does Jackson want to do? And you guys have surprise.
All right. Well, this hellhound here is going to get an attack because I don't think that they're going to stop there. They're going to keep moving forward.
Yeah, they are.
They're acting recklessly as hell, so I'm going to stop that recklessness.
All right. Hey, you evildoers, stop doing all that evil.
Pretty much. I'll run up on this one and attack it with my. Is it Vorpal? Is that what that thing's called?
I believe it is a Vorpal. Yeah, you got an upgrade.
Yeah. I got my Vorpal.
Yeah, so Vorpal. On here.
All right, I gotta roll
just in case we forgot, since it feels like a lot longer than a couple of weeks, but
really does.
But let's see here. Vorpal on an 18, 19, or 20, the target is decapitated. So that, in the case of a hellhound, that would be instant kill on an 18, 19, or 20.
Which is better than that sword of sharpness, which was just take off a limb. This one, it's like, nope, you're definitely taking a hit.
Right, yes.
Well, that's not an 18, 19, or 20.
So 11 is your total. What is your Thaco 17?
Yes. That's probably not going to do it.
AC 6. No, you miss, and your sword kind of just narrowly goes over the top of this hellhound. You're going to lop its head off, and you slice a chunk of flaming bark off of this tree. Now, of course, knows that you are there. Borman, what are you doing with your invisible self?
Yeah, saying we're hearing horses coming and shit, right?
Yes. Well, Malachi heard it. You can roll a d6.
Okay.
And the people at the camp know about it because Malachi told them.
Right.
I got a 6.
Yeah, you don't. You're focused on the hellhounds.
Okay. Well, if I'm focused on the
okay, Jackson, roll the d6 by the way for that.
Sure.
Go ahead, take your turn. I'm just gonna roll in the meantime.
So hold on. So I know a 6 is an auto fail, but with Ranger.
I don't know shit.
Yeah, no. You don't hear them.
Yeah, well, we don't know they're coming.
I don't know. I would say with your awareness, because Rangers can only be surprised on a roll of 1, I would say that yes, you do hear them.
Okay.
And really, that wording is incorrect in the book. It should be you can only be surprised on a roll of 6. Is really what that should say.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, you can hear you not only
I
can
thought that was weird. If I roll a 1, the best possible, I am suddenly surprised.
right, yeah, no, it should be reversed. It should be only on a 6. But so not only do you hear that, you can feel the hooves of the horses. If you've ever been out camping in the forest, you'll notice that the ground in most places is kind of spongy. And so if something like a fat raccoon drops out of a tree, you can feel that shit around the camp. Like the ground literally thumps. You can feel the ground thumping that there's these horses incoming. You determine that there's anywhere from, uh, you know, 2 to 12 of them. It's hard to tell.
Well, I am 5, 10, 50. I'm just gonna slip in here behind this tree. You know,
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of move that way. I mean, it looks like I could just kind of peep around this tree and catch that guy that's fucking with Jackson
Yeah, you could.
with my longbow. You know,
Yeah, that's
and
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. He's 60 feet away.
all
Uh,
right.
I would think, let's see here. You got a longbow, right?
That's all right.
Yeah, 60 feet's going to put you in short range, so that is a +1 to hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna get +1 because of my bow specialization, my
Yes.
longbow specialization.
And he's unaware, so you could call
Yeah.
this a backstab if you would like.
All right, so that's another +4, so that's a +6 total to hit.
Yes.
So I'm gonna add a buff, and I'm gonna add custom 6. There we go. Confirm. And then I'm gonna roll a d20. Here we go. 27.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm not sure how I got a 27 though.
Did you roll 2d20?
I did. I rolled 2d20s. I'm sorry. That's not what I did. All right, we're going to clear. I'm going to add a buff. And I'm just going to manually add my roll. Okay, I rolled an 18 plus 6, so 24 to hit, and that'll hit any fucking thing.
Okay.
And so this will be a longbow is a d6.
Yes.
So 1 times 2 is 2.
Okay.
Well, you hit it.
Yes, but I'm also trying to do it in such a way that, I mean, it's kind of nighttime and I'm pinging arrows that, perhaps I might not be seen anyway. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, I kind of got some cover. So that's kind of what I'm aiming at is, I just trying to help my friend, but not be overly,
So yeah, so Jackson, out of the darkness in the forest cover, you see this arrow just suddenly thunk into the shoulder of this hellhound, and it lets out a yelp, of a smoky, belches a smoky yelp as it kind of whines at this arrow sticking out of it.
and the very last of my movement, I'm going to just duck in behind the tree.
Okay. I am just going to use this as an elf. An elf is going to come up here, and he is going to make an attack on the hellhound. Just as soon as I find my elf. Right. Well, he misses. Another elf. He's going to come up here and shoot a longbow. And completely blow it. Man, these elves are unimpressive.
They're more for the scouting, not so much for the killing.
Evidently, that is true. He's going to shoot a longbow. And still miss. And there's he can get up here and he can join the fight as well. God damn. Okay, so all of the elves boned that entirely. We are back to the hellhounds. So this is the first round where the hellhounds are not surprised. And now this hellhound has 3 on him. But I would say that hellhounds really don't like elves, at least in this case. 2 in 6 chance. The on 1 target. Oh, shitter. Oh well. Oh. Okay. So, and then the other thing that I have to do. Well, it doesn't matter now, but I was dumb. So hellhounds have a 75% chance per round within a 60-foot range of detecting invisibility. And that's what I get for not paying attention. Anyways, he's going to bite one of the elves. Or attempt to. Ah, I think that hit. So what is this thaco? Wow. You guys have a 15 thaco.
Damn.
Yeah. He hit -3 AC, so yeah, an elf is getting bit. Whew, for 6 points. Can elf take that? Elf cannot take that. So
What kind of fucking elves are these?
This elf is
In this high level area.
bit in half, and the hellhound just kind of shakes him and drops this ranger in 2 pieces. Over here, this hellhound is going to move up and attack another elf. And he misses. The elf kind of he goes to attack, and the elf just kind of knocks this hellhound, or the hellhound snout out of the way and parries him. Meanwhile, up here, excuse me. 25. We're gonna roll a d6. Ah. Well, he's gonna try and bite Borman. Ugh. Even with a 2 or a 15, he still hits nothing. And this hellhound is he's going to try to bite an elf. Oh no! Well, this hellhound goes to bite the elf,
Overeager.
and the elf swings and misses. So it doesn't matter. That is all of them. Okay. That was 6. 5s. Malachi Todd, what are you doing?
Well, I think what I'm going to do is thinking now is a good time to cast from a scroll. Carrion Stench is 3rd level. Let me get down to it real quick.
Yeah, let's see here. Sir. Actually, you know what? I don't need to do that.
No, I'm not going to use that because that's just for living creatures.
Well, hellhounds are living creatures.
Yeah, but you've given me hints that undead are coming, and so I am. Let's I'm going to cast Marionette.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
So
I
he
have
needs
to
to make
do.
a spell save. His spell
I
save.
think it's for petrification. Let's
Yeah.
save versus paralysis to resist the spell.
Oh, it's save versus paralysis?
That is correct. And let's this guy that is kind of right here. Can I ding? How do I ding? This guy that attacked the elf there, he's uninjured.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You mean down to the south of you?
No, I'm talking about
This guy
the
right
one
here?
that's up next to Samuel.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm going to try to marionette.
Okay. So he needs to roll over a 12 or better. 19, he saves.
Damn it. All right.
Yeah, of course I roll fucking 19 now, right?
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move closer to the tree a little bit then.
Okay. So you're basically just changing your facing around the hellhound that's attacking you.
Well, there's no hellhound is attacking me.
Oh, you're Malachi. Right. Sorry.
Yeah. I was trying to marionette that guy up there.
Gotcha.
And that's not working out. So I'm just going to stand behind the tree and wait till next turn.
Okay. Alora, what would you like to do up in your tree?
Maybe I ought to get somewhere I can throw a dagger. I should be able to zoom over on my broom.
Oh, yeah.
From here, I think I'll throw one.
Okay.
So it's a +1, so just add 1 to whatever roll here. 8, no fucking way. Damn it.
So Alora, is Alora still a THAC of 19?
Yes.
Yeah, no. He doesn't hit.
Chance.
The dagger flips around and comes back to her hand, not really hurting anybody. We've got 4s. We'll start at the top. What does Mavis want to do?
"20 feet. I think that's all I can do."
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't really reach anything.
Let's see. Does she have any ranged weapon?
A fucking sling. I could try it.
So this guy right here is 45 feet.
Oh, I could run that way maybe then.
A sling has a range. Yeah,
I'll go over that.
that would be at medium range. So you'd be at just a standard roll.
Okay, well,
D20 plus your Dex modifier.
God damn it. All right. Oh, I tried.
You get a gold star. Dentry, what would you like to do?
Alrighty, let's see here. I hear all kinds of ruckus going on around here. I got 25 feet of movement, I think, or 20.
Uh,
It's been so long, I don't remember what my movement is.
I know, right? What kind of armor are you wearing?
Something heavy.
I thought you were in plate.
Probably whatever the heaviest that I
So
can have at the
your
time was.
movement would be 60-20. So 20 feet for
20 feet.
encounters.
Yep, there it is. Woohoo! All right, well, let me move 4 squares then. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to here. And did this one didn't get marionetted?
No. He saved.
Alrighty. Then an axe is going up towards it.
Okay.
So it's just a straight D20.
D20 plus your dex modifier.
There's no dex for any of my characters.
Oh, yeah, no. Your axe impressively swings around the tree and comes right back to you.
Boomerang axe. I
I
just wanted it to know that there was more foes around it. That's what I was trying to do, was just distract it.
Yes. Jackson, what are you doing?
Jackson is going to try again at the one right in front of it.
Okay.
Right in front of him. Like, you some bitch. Nope. Well, nope. 5 misses.
Shit. And Borman.
Time to
Borman's
try a
gonna-
different color.
Draw Frostbrand
Okay.
because he's got a bow in one hand and he pulls out Frostbrand and he's gonna stab this hellhound. Now this hellhound is a fire-based creature.
It is.
I believe I get extra bonuses when I'm attacking fire-based creatures with Frostbrand,
I
but I don't
believe-
have the thing on this one. It's on the roll 20.
Yeah, let me look at it here. This is a sword. Frostbrand sword. So it says +3 against fire using or fire dwelling creatures. So it is a +3 to attack? No.
All
It's
right.
a +3 to damage.
So I'm gonna get +4 total because I have a little strength.
Yes.
And here we go. I'm gonna swing my Frostbrand.
So it's a +1 to attack, but +4 to damage.
11, Thaco 17.
You'd hit AC 6,
Yep.
which misses the Hellhound.
that
Hellhound
is
kind of bats it off and laughs at you in Infernal.
That's great.
Yeah. So, 3, 2, the elves. This elf up here with Jackson is going to swing and miss. Idiot. This elf's going to shoot a bow at -1 because he's shooting through. No, he's going to shoot at this other one. And miss. This elf's going to swing. Fucking miss. God damn. That is all the elves. Meanwhile, up here, and I need another token to represent them. At the edge of this trail, you see 4. There are 4 veterans that show up on war horses, and they are dressed in the livery of a noble. They are. It's like a blue tabard with a gold trim on it. Let's see. I didn't even really say what their livery looks like, but anyways, they come up, or they are riding up. All of them are armed with swords and pole arms, and no, not a pole arm. They are armed with lances, and they are making their way into, are rushing into this battle, and the first one, 15.
Yeah, the question is whose side are they
20,
on?
25, 30, 35. He is going to charge the hellhound,
Hell yes.
and I need my screen. Here's my screen. He lands with 1d6 plus charge. You know what? This is the first time I have ever looked at charges. So, what does charging do? Charge. On horseback, moving at least 60 feet in a round and attacking doubles any damage done with a successful hit. Well, okay. Unfortunately, he's only THAC 19, but let's see what happens. No. He misses and chips the tip of his lance chips off another chunk of this poor tree. Another token. That out there. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That can't be right. That was 80. Warhorse. No, warhorses are only 40. This warhorse is charging. That was wrong. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He is charging towards the hellhound fighting Borman. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He gets to make an attack. God damn it! I'm getting real pissed off with these dice.
Yeah, the low rolls are atrocious, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna change colors. See what happens. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. One more. $20, $25, $30, $35, $40. He's running down this way. Top of the round. We are back to the hellhounds. Well, the hellhounds have new problems, so I need to roll 2d6s. There's one of them. The first hellhound is going to try to breathe fire on this this veteran that has come up on him. I'm pretty sure that is going to do it. Yes, he hit AC 0. He does indeed breathe fire on this veteran.
Hopefully their breath has a recharge roll.
They have a 2 in 6 chance each turn, or each round rather, for a whole terrifying 1 point of damage. Luckily, these guys can actually.
Like the hellhounds are the only things that can hit.
Yeah, well, yeah, so far. The other one's gonna try and bite. Yeah, it's gonna try and bite the elf, and just stink it up. This one's gonna try. Well, let's see if he can. Hey, he can breathe fire. 12. It's AC 3.
I get bonuses to save because of Frostbrand against fire stuff, do I?
Hold on, and I will tell you.
Right. I know this is magical fire, so it's not. I'm not immune to it.
That is a hit
All right.
on the elf. Ooh, this elf is burned to a crisp. He is very badly burned. The hellhound just lights this guy up, and you hear a screaming elf crumble to the ground on fire. And last hellhound. Now let me double check that. So your Frostbrand, unharmed by non-magical fire, but you do get a +2 bonus to all saving throws versus fire-based magical or breath attacks. These are
Thank
considered
you.
breath attacks, so you get a +2 on that. Let's see if he can actually breathe fire. No, he cannot. So he's going to try to bite you. Bitey, bitey. Here we
Ooh, that's
go.
gonna hit probably.
He hits AC 0.
That hits.
Okay. And he chomps you. He bites down for 3 points of damage. It gets through your leather armor.
Now I guess that would be equivalent of an AC 1, because of the Frostbrand and his mouth being a fire-based attack, or is his mouth not a fire-based attack?
His mouth isn't a fire-based attack. It's just a
Oh,
bite.
okay. Well, yeah. So I'll take my damage and.
So it says it says, since there is some question, hellhound. Hellhounds. Monstrous, cunning, and very intelligent hounds the size of a small pony. They breathe fire and they love heat. They dwell in dungeons or near volcanoes, and that, of course, is on the prime plane. They have a 2 in 6 chance per round of breathing fire. One target, save versus breath for half damage. Fire immunity, unharmed by non-magical fire. Detect invisible, 75% chance per round, 60-foot
Wow.
range. And sometimes they are found with other creatures with an affinity for fire. So sometimes fire giants and things, freet, will keep them as pets. So yeah, they're lovely.
Yep, good monster. They're giving us a fit.
All right, so 5, Alora Dannon. What do you want to do?
How many points of damage did I get?
3.
Thank you.
I want to try and throw a dagger at the one in front of me and hopefully hit it. Oh, I was going to go get a manual dice because...
Yeah, you're getting tired of... Yeah, we could switch to manual dice if you guys wanted to.
Okay, I got one. D20. Rolled let's see. 16? Well, 17 because it's a +1.
Yes, you hit.
Okay, I'm going to use the digital dice for the D4s though. So 6 points.
Okay. So your dagger sticks into this hellhound, and it lets out a snarling yelp, and then, of course, your dagger flips back into your hand. Did you want to stay where you're at, or do you want to move at all?
I guess I'll park myself in a tree.
Sure. There you go. Malachi, what would you like to do?
Malachi is, excuse me, he's got to throw a dagger.
Sure. He's got a magical
Yeah.
dagger now, too.
Yeah, but it's not what he's going to use this time. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move right up here, kind of just a little bit there. I understand. I'm just going to try to hit this guy that's between these two elves.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw a throwing dagger. 15 to hit. My Thaco is 19. So
You hit AC 3, that is a hit.
Hell yeah. All right. So I'm going to roll a D4. 1 point of damage to that.
Well, that's one less hit point than he had before, and there is now a dagger sticking out of the hellhound, and it is unhappy about that. Let's see, that was Malachi. I thought there was and Alora. Okay, so Mavis, what would you like to do?
I can make it over to this one and try and use the +2 mace.
Sure.
Yep. Oh, god damn it. 7. No way.
Nope. That
Missed
is
it.
a miss. And Dentry.
Dentry is gonna
What'd you
get the
take?
bastard sword out instead. Move up here. And make an attack on this thing. Let's see if the digital dice do me dirty once more.
So so before you do that, didn't Dentry level last week?
No, it was the week before. That was the time before. He got the he did get another feat of some
I was
kind
gonna say
though.
he got another combat talent, didn't he?
He did, yes. What was it that I gave him?
That is a very good question.
I gave him one. Now I have to find it in this sheet here.
I was just curious. That was in
Weapon specialist. +1 attack damage with swords.
Okay. So you in
So
a
that
window.
oh, it's +5 now. That's why I have a weapon modifier of 2. I was like, why do I have a weapon modifier of 2? Because it's a sword.
Right. And combat talent. So yeah, you took weapon specialist, which gives you a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with whatever you took specialty in.
With swords. So I now have a +1 in addition to whatever I had before. So that should be a +5. So 23 instead of 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits for sure.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that's a +5 to the damage roll. D8 +5. Where's the D8? D8. No, I don't need an extra D20. Change to 5.
Yeah, if you click the slider for auto clear, then it'll allow you to select your dice each time without adding them.
Well, I did 8 damage, mostly because of the buffs.
So that is enough. This you swing this big bastard sword down and cleave this this hellhound in 2. Just cut him in half and drop him.
Does the bastard sword have any particular stats? Anything I should be aware of besides that it's +2?
Nope, it's just a really sharp bastard sword.
Cool.
Jackson, what would you like to do?
Jackson. All right, it can be used as two-handed. I think, right? That was the thing.
Yeah, if you use it two-handed, so you can't use a shield, it does 1d8
Right.
plus 1. If you use it as with a shield and just one-handed, it's 1d6 plus 1. So it would be,
I think I rolled the wrong.
it would actually
I
be
rolled the wrong die.
so that's a +1 bastard sword, isn't it?
+2.
+2. So it would be 1d6 plus 3 or 1d8 plus 3.
I rolled the wrong die then. I need to change it to a D6 because he has a shield.
Oh, okay.
So change that to a D6.
I don't think it's really gonna matter, but
Yeah, because now I'm doing +6 damage.
right.
So I think it's still a.
Yeah, 8's fine. That's enough. He
Okay.
you kill this hellhound. What does Jackson want to do?
Alrighty. Jackson is going to try again to take on this hellhound in front of him.
Yes.
D20 plus. I don't think it doesn't matter.
No. Yeah.
One good roll and a bunch of shitty rolls again.
Now, out of curiosity, wrong. So you rolled a natural 6, but so you actually got an 8 because it's a +2 Vorpal.
Yeah, the Vorpal plus the strength modifier of 1, it would have been a 9.
Right. Yes. So, and
I figured either way it didn't matter.
At 17, you only hit AC 8, so
Yeah. I didn't think that was going to be a hit no matter what.
right. Borman.
Well, I think I'm just going to swing my Frostbrand, so that's 3 for that, plus 1 for the strength. All right, and it's a D20. Here we go. So 14, I guess. Is that what it is? 21?
Yeah, that hits.
All right. And so I will do a D8 plus, I guess, do 4 because of the it being fire based and all that. Let's see what happens. 12 points of damage from
Ooh.
Frostbrand.
Okay, so you bring that Frostbrand down, and you can see that it leaves a fairly indelible mark, bloody slash across this hellhound, and it yelps and is pretty badly wounded. It's not down, but it is badly wounded. Elves, we got elf here, we got an elf here. He's going to move up. They're both going to make attacks. I doubt this second does it. Maybe. No, that's a miss. Next attack. That's a hit. Finally. My God. For 6 points. So that hellhound is hurting. This elf 15, 20. This elf, or that's not an elf. That is a veteran. So this veteran is actually well, no, he's just going to ride in. And he is going to swing. He drops his lance, draws his sword, and swings his sword. Interesting. He falls off his horse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doing
and
too much.
falls to the ground with a clank or a jingle because they're wearing chainmail, and looks really stupid. He's going to continue his charge and attempt to charge. And just misses. And this guy is going to continue. 30, 35, 40. Ooh, he can make an attack. Ooh. That is a hit for double damage. For 4 points, his lance skewers this hellhound, and the hellhound lets out a whiny yelp. The hellhounds, as a group, are going to have to make a morale check. And they fail their morale check. So the hellhounds are running away. Mavis and the veteran both get a free attack roll. Ooh, the veteran hits for another 3 points.
I don't. I rolled a 1. God damn it.
This hellhound 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 is running away. This hellhound is going to, boy, he is going to get a ton of shot. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gonna get ganged
Miss.
up on by a bunch of people when he runs.
Miss. hit.
Which one is running right now?
This one up here next to Jackson. So he takes a D8 for damage. For another 4. Jackson, you get a free attack.
Haha!
Ooh.
With a 19, do I hit?
It says yes, you hit AC 1. You might actually kill him.
Yeah. 7 points.
Ooh. Yes, this hellhound doesn't get a chance to run because he starts to bolt and you skewer him. And this hellhound, Foreman, you get a free attack. The veteran misses. Are you with us, Wes?
Yes, I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Yes.
I got a 20,
you
20 to hit. So this will be, I got to clear it. This is going to be plus 4 damage.
Yes.
So 6. 6.
And you skewer the last hellhound that is still within reach. This hellhound is just going to continue running. The elves, do not assist. So over here next to Jackson, the elves don't assist this guy that fell off of his horse. They are like, yeah, whatever, and get up and they don't even go back to their camp. They disappear off into the woods.
Do they leave their dead?
Yeah. Yes, and in fact, they will come. You guys, everybody can roll. Make an intelligence, make an intelligence. Well, I'm sure Jackson would know this. Jackson would know that the elves will likely come back for their dead later, but the elves just kind of step back into the forest and remove themselves from the situation. But these veterans that are on horseback, well, 3 of them are on horseback. They kind of circle their horses. One of them, the one that fell off of his horse, kind of gets up, dusts himself off, and climbs back up onto his horse. But one of them comes up and says, is everybody all right? I think Borman's the only one that took damage.
Yeah, I took some hits. A hit. It's terrible.
Do you want a potion?
No, I'm just being dramatic. Yeah.
The one of the veterans looks at Borman and says, "Oh, that bite looks vicious. His Lordship Duke Bartholomew wishes to extend to you an invitation to join him for a dinner tonight. We can go ahead and see to those wounds. Lady Bernadette and the Imperial Tax Assessor Nestor Falcius will also be in attendance. Please allow us to escort you to the hunting manor so that you may be given rooms for the night. There's no need for you to stay out here in the darkness. And like he said, we'll see to your wounds."
How many of them are there?
There's 4 of them.
Man, this is the bait and switch, man. They make it look like they're heroic and they bait us in, but this is the same Duke motherfucker that's been fucking with us since day one. I say we kill his people.
Well, if you say that and you do it, then we're all in,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to just do that and take. I mean, because as far as gaming is concerned, I mean that's called hijacking the narrative without talking to anybody, and that's somewhat rude.
It happens. You know what? I feel like it happens, in real life sometimes. So I think it's okay to do every once in a while. I could try and charm one of them, and then they might.
So
Offer some
you guys
information.
are just gonna go all out and try to attack these guys? Is that?
I think, yeah, man, gonna go ahead and just kind of walk up to one of them and try to get that backstab in with the frost brand. Just kind of.
You mean you don't
Oh,
want to try and like? He's just going for like, what the shit?
They're like, oh man, y'all are
Surprise.
amazing, man. But look, there's one over there. And when he turns around, I'm just gonna try to get that that frost brand to
we're like feral now. We've been living outside and killing things so
Yeah.
long that
I was like, hey, you're about to get an invitation inside the castle, and we could do our shit from inside the castle.
Right.
Man,
I mean, yeah. That Brian makes
But-
a very good
but then
point.
that's just a bigger group of them to kill, isn't it?
But
man.
we'll be from the inside as opposed to trying to fight our way inside.
Well, you know, we could.
Borman stabbed this guy already. I thought.
You know, I'm
so.
sticking him in the back with this fucking frost brand, and there's nobody taxes Braunhaven, you imbeciles. And
Sweet.
as I backstab him,
They didn't do the taxing; they're just the hired guns.
uh, I'm sure I can get us inside the castle, man. Just yeah, we'll get that. We'll get to that later.
Jackson's like, "What the hell's going on?" And she's like, "Yeah, it is what it is."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
they are surprised. They did not plan for this. Everybody roll initiative.
all right. Do you want me to roll this beautiful thing of negotiations now, or do you want me to reset my stuff and roll d6s?
Go ahead and roll your negotiations now.
All right. Yeah. Well, that'd be a 13 to hit.
Okay. So we've got a 13 to hit.
And then I'll roll some initiatives. So that will be a Borman getting a 5 and Malachi getting a 3.
Okay, Borman got a 5. Malachi got a
Um,
3. What did Mavis get?
Mavis and Alora both got 3s.
And Dentry and Jackson.
3 and 5.
Okay. So Borman immediately kind of lashes out, but he misses.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let's see. That was 5. What does Alora want to do? Oh, I'm sorry. What does Jackson want to do?
Jackson first, being completely caught off guard by this, goes, "What the fuck?"
We had an easy in. God damn it.
Basically, and it goes, "Shit, we're in for a penny, in for a pound." And
Well, we've been together for a while, you know. I mean, I would think that, you know, there's nothing wrong with joining in your compadre's violence.
yeah, no, at this point, like
We're
I
all
said,
friends
in
here.
for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah. Let's not
We're
worry
going
about
for it.
who stabbed who. This is supposed to be a happy occasion.
We just came down where they killed 5 people. Remember, they killed 5 people and they stole half our shit. And they're like, "Come have dinner at our fancy mansion." Like, yeah, I can see why someone might get stabbed. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I'm all
That-
for
that-
the stabby.
That's
I've
bound to
stopped
make
maybe
anybody
a little-
bite ornery.
I was more going for the strategic stabby, not the all-out stabby. But okay, I got a 12.
Oh.
So are you attacking the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a good guy, man.
But
Go
a
on in
12 is also a miss.
Well, I mean, I gotta attack now because at this point, whether they think we're all in it or not, they're gonna attack us all like we're all in it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you know, there could have been negotiation. Could have been like tried to calm the situation. You know what I mean? Like, hey, whoa, no, they're friends or something. You know, I mean, you don't have to, But I like it when you go violent. When I go violent, because that just really brings the picture.
It was more like I took a quick stock of the situation and saw that there were 4 of them and went, I don't know that they're going to believe that I'm actually trying to stop you, and whether it's going to matter before other of us get hurt.
Yeah.
What does Alora want to do?
Down to stab some people. Let's throw a dagger.
Are you aiming at the same one, or?
Yeah, let's all gang up on the one guy.
Yeah.
Fuck this
Make
guy right
him
here.
feel well.
Yeah.
Is this the one that fell, or is this the one that's still on horse?
No, the one that fell is actually right here.
Wait, no, I should charm one. That's what I should do. I should use charm person.
You certainly could.
I'm the one closest to me. That's unstabbed. I'm gonna charm him.
Okay, so
I roll a d20, or
let me look up charm. You're using charm person, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so charm person. Single human, demi-human, or human-like monster must save versus spells or be charmed as follows: friendship, commands, subject's nature. So he can't contradict his nature. His habits or alignment may be commands that contradict his nature or habits cannot be ignored. And he's not going to commit suicide. So he needs to make a save. Save versus spell? Yes. Save versus spell. That is not good for him. He needs to get a 16 or better. No. So the one closest to
Mavis.
So
Laura.
Is it this one?
Yep, that's him, I think.
Okay, so he is now charmed. I'm going to change his token.
Cool.
So that we know that he is charmed. So he's charmed, and basically looking at Alora with those bedroom eyes.
He'll help us now.
The charm lasts indefinitely, but the subject is allowed to make a further save versus spells at intervals depending on his intelligence score. I don't know that these guys are... He gets a new save, like, every week.
Okay.
Okay.
This would be a good time to tell what kind of people these are, because... he says it really doesn't go against their nature. If they're thugged down deep inside and been doing thuggish ruggish shit, you know what I'm saying? If they've been bullies and murderers and shit, then he'll turn and he'll stab his friends with no problem right now. But if they were all in all okay people and somewhat, some good old boys hanging around, just doing some good old notorious nobles, he might, pause before he stabs his friend in the neck.
Right. What does Dentry want to do?
Dentry is much more inclined to do the let's kill everybody because he was already pissed off.
Right. Yeah, I don't foresee him having a problem. And keep in mind, these guys are all on horses.
Not one of them's laying on the ground prone in front of Alora.
He climbed back up onto his horse as the elves were sneaking back off into the woods.
Okay.
All right. Fuck. Dentry goes for the one that wasn't charmed next to him.
Okay.
And swings with his bastard sword at the guy.
Okay.
Not the horse, the guy. So that's a +5 to attack.
Kill him.
Yep, we're getting real dice. Fuck this.
So with a 10, you hit AC 7. That is a miss. But I have a question about that.
try to tax Braunhaven, bastards. That's bullshit. And then try to be friendly. That's what vampires do, man. You know?
I do think we were a little preemptive in our whole Braunhaven. You guys should rise up against them all. I think we were a little preemptive in that. We weren't even around to save them when they needed it.
Well, yeah, but you know.
Oh, so Dentry misses the veteran on the horse, but he does hit the horse itself.
Oh shit!
So
That's excellent.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, that's a D6 plus 6.
Fuck yeah, man. Get a 6.
Hey!
Yes! Yeah, fuck you.
For 12 points? Holy shit.
Yeah.
So Dentry
Tried to not
swings.
hit the horse, but apparently I didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, you catch through a chink in the armor, the barding that this horse is wearing, and you slice this horse really well. This horse is badly wounded. The horse rears up. The rider is going to have to make a check and falls off the horse. The horse is going to have to make a morale check. It makes his morale check, but has bucked his rider.
That's all that matters, Paw Paw.
So there's actually another. This guy's on the ground over there. Okay. I'm gonna have to make some more tokens so we can tell them apart. And actually, this individual warhorse next round will go on 4. Yeah, the horse is not looking well. Let's see, that was Dentry. Malachi, what would you like to do?
Malachi in shock, you know. Is,
Yeah, what the
like,
fuck are you guys
what
doing?
the fuck is going on? He's gonna go ahead and participate in everything that's going on. He's just gonna run forward and kind of stab the motherfucker with the +1 knife.
Okay.
+1 dagger, yeah.
So the one that Borman and Jackson is fighting?
Yeah, well, yeah, the one that's kind of just right up here, isn't he just like prone? He just fall off his horse?
Oh yeah, he fell off his horse. You're gonna get a +2 to your attack.
Oh well, prone. Hell yeah! And so that and a +1 dagger gives me a +3 total. You know, yeah, we're gonna do that, and you know, Malachi will walk up to him, you know, and just kind of swiftly walk up and be like, This is nothing personal. I'll just have you know this. And an 18 to hit.
Oh shit. Yeah. So Malachi would have hit AC1. That stabs a veteran.
Well, let's do 1 point of damage. Oh, +1 though, 2. 2
So
points.
2
of damage,
points of damage.
Yes.
You stabby the guy on the ground. And he's like, "Ow, that really hurt."
Yeah.
But I thought we were on the same side.
Yeah. What are you doing? Let's see. Mavis is also on 3. What does Mavis want to do?
I can move enough to hit this guy. Hopefully.
Hell yeah!
Let's get in on it. They're evil. I'm pretty sure. Ooh. That's 19 hit. That's got it.
Oh. And Mavis,
if they're not evil, I could talk you into it. Later.
Mavis is THACO of 17, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you would have hit -2 AC. That is a hit.
Yeah.
Okay. For 3 points. Not very good. Oh.
Okay, so Mavis kind of comes up and pimp slaps this guy with her +2 mace, and So, the veterans. The question, we're going to deal with the charmed veteran first. What is Alora telling this charmed veteran to do?
To help out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got to attack.
He turns around and is going to make a attack at +2 on the guy on the ground.
Well, there's our answer.
Yes.
With a 15 to hit.
You've now got a pet bitch, Alora.
So
Yeah.
he draws his sword and brings it down, and the guy on the ground's like, "Oh shit, Bob, what are you doing?" And rolls to the side, and he misses him. The other veterans, well, the one on the ground, he's going to swing back at -2 because he's on the ground for a total of 0. He misses. These two. God damn, this guy's kind of boned. One of them's going to swing on Jackson and miss. The other one's going to swing on Borman and miss. God damn, 2 2s in a row? That's absurd.
Yeah. You got to complain about the dices. You know, that's the backbone of the.
Yeah,
of
we
the
need
game.
we really need the
dice.
Yeah, we need the dice,
dice.
the physical, or not physical dice, but the 3D dice.
3D.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's just the line. It doesn't even have, just a line with a number on it. It doesn't even have to have the inside.
Yeah, no, yeah, just I liked seeing the 3D dice.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering.
But yeah,
there is no that is unfortunate. Anyways. So those were the veterans. We were back up to the top of initiative. Jackson, what would you like to do?
Fuck him up, Jackson.
Like this guy just swung at you.
Seeing how the charmed one was willing to go after his buddy, I'm like, all right, yeah, y'all really are pieces of shit. Okay, cool. And so I go for the one that I went for before.
All right.
14.
But you've got a good THAC0.
That would hit AC3. You hit.
Yeah. And this was Jackson, right?
Yes.
Okay. So switch over. Remember what the hell he has? Oh, he's got the Vorpal. Okay.
Yeah, he's got +2 to damage.
+2 plus his strength, so that's a +3. 8.
Okay, so you swing the Vorpal, and you cut this guy right off of his horse. The horse. Now that's a good question. Horse, of course.
Can I use my move action to grab the reins?
Yeah, you could. You could grab the reins. The horse bucks. And now here is a very good question. So you are a ranger. I will. What is your what is Jackson's secondary skill?
Secondary skill, nothing like Woodsy.
Yeah, didn't you take like Bow or Fletcher or something like that? Or
I think that's what he took because it was the random dice of it.
Yeah, and it was him. I remember that it was weird. You're like, wow, you're a ranger and you got Bow or Fletcher. That's pretty amazing.
No. Dentry has the blower. He is the bower and the other thing. I've got Brewer or something.
Oh, okay. So I will allow you to roll a D6. You've got a 1 in 6 chance of calming this horse down.
Hey!
Oh, so Dentry takes the horse. The horse is like, all right. So Dentry, or not Dentry, Jackson now has a horse, a war horse. Borman, what are you doing?
I will. I've got this guy right next to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he
Also on a
offends
horse.
me. Yeah, but I hit AC 4.
That does not hit him, but it does hit the horse. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, so this will be a D8 plus 2. 3 points of damage to the horse.
Yeah, the horse is quite pissed off. But being a war horse and not taking nearly as much damage as the other one, he does not rear up. He is, bred for strength and courage in battle, adapted to short bursts of speed, not suited for long distance riding. Okay. Laura, what would you like to do?
Let's try and stab a guy. I'll move over here and try and throw that dagger once more.
Are you going to throw it at the horse or at the guy on the ground?
The guy on the ground, I guess.
Okay, so if you're throwing the dagger, because he is still prone, you'd be at -2 to hit him.
Okay, I'll be at -1 because I got a +1, right?
Right, correct.
That's not too bad.
Correct.
13.
And Laura's still THACO 19, right?
Yeah.
So the dagger misses.
Damn it. Okay.
It kind of swings around in the air and comes back to Alora's hand. The warhorse that is still pissed off is going to try. Oh boy, let's see. It's going to plant its front hooves and just try to mule kick Malachi.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Please miss, please miss. Oh.
What is Malachi's AC?
Right now, Malachi's AC is 9.
Okay, so he hit AC 4. So I don't know, Malachi.
Malachi's going to take one. It's going to kind of suck.
So Malachi takes 2 points of damage. This horse just plants a hoof in the side of his head. Might become a little bit of a potato, but anybody else on 4? No. What does Mavis want to do?
Try and hit a guy again.
Yeah.
Let's see. 11.
That would hit AC 6, so you swing and miss, or he kind of parries your attack. Dentry.
Gentry.
I mean, you could easily put this horse down.
The rider is still on it, or the rider got bucked, right?
No, the rider's prone on the ground.
All right. I'm going to finish the rider because he's the one I care more about.
Okay.
D20 plus 5. 15. Do I get any pluses for him being prone?
Yes, you get a +2, so 17.
Yeah.
Yes, you hit with you hit AC 0. That is a hit. This rider's probably going to be done.
11.
Yeah, so Dentry just goes up and just stabs the guy through the chest and kind of skewers him to the ground, and the rider is done.
Can I use my move action to try and grab the horse?
You can. You got 1 in 6 chance of grabbing the horse.
Nope.
Yeah, so you grab the reins and the horse bucks up and is not having it. Let's see that. Gentry. Malachi, what would you like to do? Malachi's developed a stutter.
It's like, wow, this terrible stuff. I'm gonna just go ahead and try to climb on the horse that no longer has a rider.
The one that's bucking?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to try and stop it from bucking first?
Well, I mean, animals and the dead guy. I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of get on it and pull its reins back real hard and hold the fuck on.
Okay, so first, roll. You're gonna do a dexterity ability check. So roll a d20, and you want to get under your dex.
Okay, see how this goes. How about a 6? That's
Okay.
under my dex.
I
got a good dex.
You are on the horse.
Yeah.
I'm going to remove the horse's token, and you can roll a d6. You got to. What is Malachi's secondary skill? Do you have animal trainer?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay.
I'm a bookbinder.
Oh, fuck no.
So you're a bookbinder. That's right. You're a bookbinder. So go ahead and roll a d6. You got a 1 in 6 chance to try and get this horse to calm its tits.
Down. Oh, hold on. It's fucking up. There we go. Here we go. Roll. Give me a 1. Give me a 1. 1. Oh, it's a 4. So
No.
we're still in disagreement, I guess.
So Malachi is on the horse. He's got the reins, and Dentry is kind of holding on to the barding of the horse, and this horse is like freaking out.
Yeah.
At this point, it still makes his morale check. Damn, that horse is like, he is focused on getting Malachi off of him, one, and getting away from Dentry, 2. The veteran, things are going poorly for him. He's going to...
Maybe he can give up.
He does not give up. He's in it for the long haul. He's going to swing on Borman.
Probably so. Yeah.
Ugh. But not with a 10, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he hit like AC 8. So no, that does not work. We are going back to the top of the round. Jackson, what are you doing?
Jackson will move up and attempt to attack that veteran.
Go for it.
Nope.
No. He whiffs it. You don't hit anything.
I'll hit the guy.
The horse is prancing around and whatnot. So
hit Laura.
Yeah, no, you miss by, you think your sword's going to connect, and then that horse just kind of ducks sideways, and you're about a foot off. Borman, what do you want to do?
Oh, I'm going to stab this dude with my longsword. What I'm going to do. And we're going to see how it goes. So that's going to hit. I can tell you my pluses if you want, but whatever.
On 19, it's -2. You hit.
Yeah. Oh, I have some bonuses on top of that. That's all I was saying. This is going to be at +2. 4 points of damage to him.
Okay. And this guy's already taken some damage. You reach up and stab the rider right through the gut, and he falls off the horse. He will probably expire by the end of this round. The horse, on the other hand, is still with us, and
can I try to grab its reins?
The horse fails its morale check and is going to bolt. You can make a dexterity ability check to try to grab the horse's reins before it runs off.
That's going to be below my 18.
Yes, so you grab the horse's reins, and it is freaking out. Go ahead and roll a d6 if you can.
2.
Nope. So the horse is not friendly to you. But so you've got this horse, and you've got, of course, Alora um, has a minion. But we will call
Call him a
this.
simp.
You what?
Can we call him a simp?
Yeah, you can call him a simp. The
Yes.
the horses are you've got 2 horses that are really uninterested in being ridden.
What
at
if the
least-
simp tries to get one of them? They'd probably be more inclined to him,
That
right?
is true. You probably I mean, if you wanted to order the simp to
Wrangle the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
So
do that.
so he kind of calms the horses down. So you have what, 3 horses now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got three war horses.
Oh wait. Did one make it away? Because I attacked one, but it did
You
get away, right?
You killed one, I thought. Right?
I didn't kill it. I just attacked it.
Yeah, maybe you do. I guess you do have 4 horses. So
Because I didn't kill the one that I.
Yeah. So, what is?
Because it's got the horse. I've got the horse that I'm riding, and then there was 2
Yeah.
others.
right.
Yeah, there's 4 horses.
There's
I'm
4
already
horses,
on
yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Jackson's on one. The simp is on one, and the other 2 horses have now been. Yeah, we got 4 horses.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do. You are correct, sir.
So that's pretty cool.
We should heal the horse that I tried to. cut in
Yeah.
half, though.
We're gonna have to figure all that out, I guess. What does Alora's little pet have? I mean, what does he have to say? Can he get us in the compound?
So yeah, he is completely. He's like, no, yeah, I can get you guys in. I mean, yeah, I mean, however you want to do it. He looks around at the bodies on the ground, and he's like, I mean, I don't know what you guys think I should tell him about the other 3 that were with me.
They got killed in battle.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
true
Yeah.
statement.
They were
That's a true
attacked.
statement. They got killed in
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah, killed in battle.
He looks at Dentry and goes, I bet it was those bastard elves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, probably so.
Man, it was those warhounds. Those warhounds, they did that shit.
The warhounds are the pets of these Braunhaven.
Yeah,
of these
that's what this
fucking
guy says.
goofies.
He says, the hellhounds were actually ours.
See, I told you. I told you. Yeah.
I didn't doubt that it was a trap. I just said
Yeah,
if we
man.
know it's a trap, is it still
No.
a trap?
Is there a secret way into the castle
He says,
or the stronghold or whatever it is that you guys have?
it's not a castle. It is a manor house. And he says, there's not really a secret way in. He says, I've heard that there's something going on in the basement beneath the manor, but I don't even know how to get in there.
Oh well, we will have to use our persuasive measures to get more pins like you to join the Braunhaven cause.
He says
Wonderful.
He says there's this creepy bishop, and
Mhm.
he doesn't allow anybody to go into the basement. But now that I think about it, I haven't even actually seen any stairs inside the main manor house that go down into the basement.
Got to be a secret passage or something, right?
Maybe.
No. Do you know
So he
anything
can at
about
least get us in the gate though, so we can worry about where that is once we get there. I feel like if this dude could be like, yo, these guys saved me, like the other ones got taken out, but he saved me.
Yeah, we're heroes.
So I need to do some quick math here.
No, we saved you by not killing you because we knew that you were one of us deep down inside.
He says, "Oh, you guys are great."
Yeah, thank you, man.
You didn't
I
have
want
by
to.
hand, and then Jackson or Dentry walks over and goes, "You weren't by chance one of the ones that killed people over there in Braunhaven, were you?"
He goes, yeah, yeah, I was ordered to on that mission, yeah.
Did you do any of the killing?
He says, well, I was mostly in charge of lighting things on fire.
All right, I can live with that. He ain't killing anybody.
Oh.
And then,
Wait, we loot the bodies.
yeah, hold on, I'm getting to that. Let's see here.
Oh, I've got to be ready to fucking possibly type shit.
I just am happy he didn't kill anybody because I might have been driven to have to kill him.
Hey, while he's writing that down, can I tell you these numbers of gold and stuff that needs to be split?
Huh? Oh, for me.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me get my file open then. Yeah. So I can add it to the loot that we had before.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is stuff that's been collected that has not been split amongst the party.
All right, yeah, give it to me, and I'll add it to the stuff that needs to get split.
All right, this is 2,200 copper pieces.
2,200.
Uh-huh. And are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, 5,700 gold pieces.
You jump to gold, okay? 5,700 gold.
Yeah, and how about this? 7,800 silver pieces.
7,800 silver.
50 platinum pieces.
50 platinum pieces. All
Yeah,
right.
and then I've got another 300 gold pieces.
Oh, more.
Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry.
Okay, 300 gold.
It gets a lot better. 1,300 silver pieces.
1,300 silver.
500 electrum.
500 electrum.
1,100 silver.
Another 1,100 silver.
1,500 copper.
Another 1,500 copper.
Are you ready for your jaw to drop?
Sure.
18,000 gold pieces.
18. Where the hell did y'all get 18,000 gold?
We had a
there
big
was a
old horde.
horde. Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Holy shit. Was that right? Was that like the time right before that vampire thing happened?
Might have
Yeah, it
been,
was
yeah.
just before because you left, and so we found this treasure map. It was like right outside, and we opened the treasure
Yeah,
map. And
they found a treasure map and they dug up
payday. Yeah,
they got a very good roll on their treasure map.
yeah. I mean, we rolled like shit, and we were even mentioning, if you go back and watch the video, we talked about how you would cry if you knew, with the beauty that would happen.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing you weren't here when they took half our shit then, because that would have been taken from part of our half of our shit.
That's true. That's true. That is a good point.
Yeah, that's a big fucking wallop that didn't have to get paid, Plus my bag of shit I've got to fucking... Dude, I've got fucking tons of shit.
So you get one percentage roll. Who wants to make the percentage roll?
Give it to the person that charmed one. That made one less to fight.
Alora is charming. So this fun boy, let's put a +2 mace in his hand.
Gonna turn on us eventually.
Well, when we'll pick him
out for a while.
Guys.
Yeah, his
I will-
savers is he only gets a save once every week, and
Oh damn! Oh
and
wow.
and he's got to beat he's got to get a 16 or better. So
Okay, yeah, he can take the +1 Mason. That's a good.
Yeah,
one.
and I mean, I'm sure as common sense kicks in, if he does turn back, it'll be something of oh my God, what the fuck have I been doing? I mean, oh yeah, just in the bag of shit I got to deal with, I'm gonna designate the +2 mace to the boy toy, and that will be that.
and actually have this, I believe.
Yeah, I'll tell him, because this might even sell into shit that he might have to roll on later. Is the Guardians of Braunhaven don't deal with bullshit gear. Use this.
Looks dangerous. Use this. So these are his stats. He has 13 hit points, and he is carrying a sword. For his so it does 1d8, and he is neutral alignment.
That mace is better for him. I think he'll hit more.
So you got a 66. That is nothing. These guys weren't carrying anything that was really valuable.
That's just wonderful. Yeah. Does Alora's veteran know where there's any gold or stuff stashed? Are there any patrols that they're expecting to come back?
So he says he tells you. So he tells you that most of the patrols at this time of night, there have been small groups, usually between 2 and 12. They're the Duke's Guard that have gone out, basically in the guise of hunting parties around the edge of the Solvanus forest here. But really, they are. They're not hunting. They're just out causing mischief and mayhem. And he says usually they'll, depending on how far they range, they'll go and they'll attack like a farm, and take everything that they own, or they'll light some trees on fire, kill some elves. He says we've found a couple of bands of elven rangers that have been poking around, but he says mostly we're just out causing trouble.
Can you tell us about the party? Is the party for real, or is the party like some giant trap?
He says no. He says the Duke has invited a bunch of people to this ball. He says, I mean, if I can lead you in, we'll get you some rooms for the night. And I mean, the Duke is very welcoming. I'm sure that he'll want to bring you guys in. He'll give you invitations.
Ooh.
He says,
where
are you
by
guys?
the Duke?
He says, where are you guys from?
We are the. Oh, go ahead, Karen. You tell. Yeah, hell yeah.
We're proud residents of Braunhaven.
Oh, well, I'm sure the Duke will want to invite you to the ball, and he'll probably want to discuss the whole terrible thing that happened with Braunhaven and the tax rates, and the tax assessor Nestor Falcius will be there as well.
All right, that's going to be a big boss fight that we can have on their fucking scene, or we can go in there and maybe create our own narrative by just going balls to the wall.
Mavis does have so I got 1 4th level spell, and it's protection from evil within like 10 feet. So if we're next to each other at a dinner, I can do that to try and help us out. It'll like give us a buff. So
Okay.
that's something I can contribute. I'm not sure what way to go. If we should wait for the party, or if we should. Well, wait. If there's going to be a ton of people there, should we?
Yeah,
really
that's gonna.
start
The ball is
then?
supposed to happen tomorrow night, and it's early evening. I mean, the sun has barely just set. It's just become dark. It's not late. And he tells you that the manor is about roughly 5 miles from here.
We can make that. We can make that and try to. I mean, if everybody's kind of out roaming around on their night raids, that might be the time to kind of do our own night raiding.
Yeah, on this map that we're looking at with your I assume that you guys have your cart and the 2 horses that are pulling it. you can travel 12 miles a day. So 4 of these hexes per day. One of these hexes is 3 miles. So yeah, it's about 5 miles to the manor.
What do you think? Do you want to try to go now?
We can start walking over there.
Maybe hide our cart and horses off to the side. We can ride their
Well,
horses and take horse off the cart and take their banners and shit. You know, I could put on my
sure.
plate mail.
He says, "Well, the Duke's got a stable. I mean, we could stable your horses in the cart there."
Well, yeah, I guess if we're gonna do what we're gonna do, let's just go in and let's be malicious inside. Let's not just.
Yeah, because I feel like if we leave our stuff out here with the way that they're causing mayhem, our stuff might not be here.
Okay.
Yeah, of course they're not as tough as I expected. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys travel for about the 5 miles to the manor, and
we don't see any other parties or anything along that.
No,
trail.
you are able to travel unhindered.
Why were they trying to kill their own hellhounds?
Well, because they had saw that you guys were fighting them, and so they were attempting to appear to be heroes and lure you in.
Oh, lure us into what?
To being servants or slaves, I don't know.
To invite you to the manor house.
We're gonna loot this manor house like it's going out of style. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna take everything. A profitable visit. That's what I like to call
Quite
it.
Large. So this is, he brings you up to the manor house. And it is on the edge of the Solvanus forest, and this is a rather grand looking old European style hunting manor. They call it a hunting manor. The place is a friggin' mansion. With a stable set up outside or on the grounds, etc. As you are pulling in, you see a number of things.
Can we make sure that dude tells us if any of his people are going to turn on us?
He knows all the code words and passwords.
Right. Yeah. He's like, no, don't worry. You guys are my friends.
Yeah, we are.
So this outside of here where it says 1, this is all a white quartz gravel, and there's this large manor house. It looks like, not that they have such a thing, but that this manor house was supposedly very old and has been here for a long time. But when you arrive, it's like somebody must have had a pressure washer because the place is spotlessly clean. They're in this gravel kind of turnaround in here. There is this white marble with red veined white marble statue. It appears to be 2 demonic angels intertwined in an erotic pose that are spitting waters out of their puckered mouths. And then and then there is a large set of ornate 10-foot tall polished wood double doors with stained glass lead windows that lead into the manor. You also notice that there are, on your approach, you notice that there are 2 other entrances. There is this entrance here, which appears to be a side entrance, and you can hear from in here, or coming from that door, you can hear the sound of somebody playing a harpsichord.
There's no guards or anything out?
There are 2 there are 2 guards standing outside of the double doors. leading into the main manor. But also over here, you see that there is another side entrance.
Okay. Are we
And
wanting
this
to act?
this door is so this entire room is actually made of like brass and uh, clear glass, but the inside of the glass seems to be fogged and misty. And it through the glass, it appears that you're seeing like overgrowth of plants. And this is a polished brass and stained glass door that leads into this little sunroom area.
Are we wanting just to go on in?
I guess so. I'm gonna instruct the simp to behave normally, like he's not our super secret special friend.
He says, "Oh, but I want to tell everybody that how great you guys are."
Someday.
I mean, there's just two of them right here. I mean, in theory, we take these two guys out, and they're no longer part of the equation.
But then the guards at the door, or there anybody who comes back will know something's going on.
Yeah. All right. I guess yeah. Let's just see how it works out. I've changed into my plate mail.
No, you wouldn't have had time to change into your plate mail. You guys pretty much.
All right. Well, I'm going in this leather armor.
Yeah, it takes a while to put on leather armor.
Yeah. I'll use a shield. That'll give me an AC of 1. That's something.
And we'll put your simp like right here. And he opens the doors and leads you guys inside. And so sorry, I'm still trying to get over whatever I caught last weekend. Some of the munchkins gave us the creeping crud. So
Good job.
yeah, yeah, kids, little germ magnets.
Mm-hmm.
So this great hall, he opens these doors, and this great hall has like a polished dark granite floor. There's white plaster on the walls, and the ceiling is actually 20 feet tall, and there's polished wood beams. Somebody got up there and literally went over these wood beams with like Murphy's oil soap. The place is spotless. There is a 8-foot tall fireplace on both the east and west ends, east, west, and on the south wall between the conservatory and the main entrance. So there's actually one right here. That are all lit, keeping the hall fairly toasty. And then on the western side of the hall, there is like a dining area. There are these 4 white marble pillars, and in the middle of this is a large dining table. To the north, you can see that there are these white marble stairs that lead up to the second level, and there is a crimson red runner that goes down the middle of these stairs, and in the middle of this stairwell, there is a statue where it says 3. There's a statue there. There's a white marble statue that's 10 feet tall that is a helmed knight holding a 2-handed sword at the ready. And you can see that on the west end, over near the fireplace in the dining hall, you can see that there is a individual in a dark cloak with his hood up, and he's standing very close to the fireplace, kind of almost looks like he's shivering He seems to be clearly cold, but with the 3 fireplaces going, even as huge as this hall is, um, I mean, it's not. Those 3 fireplaces are keeping it fairly comfortable in here. You're not sure why anybody would be cold, but he is standing over in front of this fireplace, and he appears to be, um, even with these black robes on, you can see that he appears to be fairly frail.
Malachi's going to go ahead and cast Pass Undead on himself.
Okay.
And so Undead will not be able to detect him unless he attacks them, and then it's just that one Undead thing. Yeah.
Okay. um. Yeah. So you guys come into this hall, and the your simp tells one of the guards. There are guards all over the place around in here. Just casually standing. He tells one of the guards, "You need to go get the Duke. I have brought guests. They are in need of rooms for the night." And he says, "I'll go upstairs and I'll prep their rooms for the night." And so your simp goes upstairs. One of the other guards takes off and to go fetch the Duke. And Duke Bartholomew comes. Oh, hold on. Derp, I can tell you. So Duke Bartholomew opens up this door and steps out after one of the guards knocks politely, and steps out of the hall, or out into the main entrance hall here, and says, "Oh, we have guests." And he says, "Oh, fetch the servants. We'll set out a meal for these fine people. They look like they must be starving, and then we will see them up to their rooms." And the guard says, "Oh, well, Joe Simp has gone up to prep their rooms, and he's going to have the servants draw them all baths in their rooms." "Oh, excellent, excellent. Please, come join us." And he says, "Go fetch Lady Bernadette." And so he brings you guys all in here and seats you around the table. We'll just pretend that's the table. And coming into the room, so the guy by the fireplace, Duke Bartholomew, appears as a fairly he appears to be a fairly well-dressed nobleman. He seems to almost always be smiling. He's got a nice, closely cropped beard that he wears, and he's dressed a bit like a fop. He's got like a lavender-colored, like dueling coat on, and and a big black bow tie, and he says, "Please come. Let me introduce you to Nestor Falcius, the Imperial tax collector." And so Falcius, the guy by the fireplace in the black robes, turns around. He appears as a gaunt, very pale, like as white as this map is his skin. He's about 5'6". Clad in black robes, and he has his hood up, and he appears to be he appears to be shivering like he's cold. And there's a heavy gold chain that crosses his frail body over his black robes, that is holding on his left side, that is attached to a very heavy leather bound book. And he comes over and he says, and takes a seat at the table, and he says, "Yes, welcome to the Duke's Manor. I am here visiting as well." And out of the conservatory comes a lady. She appears to be so the Duke appears to be probably in his mid to late 40s, but the lady that comes in appears to be much older. She appears to be in her mid to late 60s. And she comes and sits directly to the left of the Duke. And the Duke introduces her as his consort, Lady Bernadette. And the she says, "Oh, it is very nice to meet all of you. We took the trip here as kind of a prenuptial to get to know one another. You know, I was so flattered when the Duke proposed to me. I was a spinster, you know." And the servants come out and they bring a big soup tureen, and there's fresh bread and a freshly roasted side of elk. I mean, the food is pretty fantastic. Probably some of the best food that you've eaten since you were at the Braunhaus.
Nice.
Everybody eating, or is any of the clearly evil people just pushing the food around on their plate?
So, okay, so you look around and you see Nestor Falcius, the tax collector, and he's just kind of pushing food around on his plate, and then he looks over at Mavis and he says, "Can you pass the rolls?"
Can I?
Yeah,
I'll
so-
do it.
So
Yeah, sure.
you pass over the rolls. You see him butter the rolls, and he says he sets one down and he says, "These rolls are absolutely delicious." He doesn't take a bite. He just butters it, sets it down, and that's it. That's all he does. So the Duke, I mean, he gets right to the point. He says, "So please tell me. My guards tell me that you were out roaming or in the along the edges of the forest. What are you doing out at such a dreadful hour?"
Do they seem to notice Malachi?
So the Duke and Lady Bernadette notice Malachi. Nestor is completely oblivious to him,
All right. Well,
or at least he
Nestor
appears
is,
to be.
well, yeah, Nestor is undead. Probably is what I'm thinking. Thinking we should. We've got all of them right here, dude. We could just. But
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
we could.
there are more than them. There are a number of guards
Guards.
all throughout here
Wow.
that are standing post as well.
all right.
I'm wondering if Nestor's like a vampire or something. I wonder if trying to take him outside during the day would fuck his shit up really hard. Maybe we should just play nice for now.
Yeah. All right. Well, sure. Tell them over here.
So what is it? I mean, what are you telling? Are you telling him the whole story from the beginning? Where are you starting with this?
Well, we had a quest that was like, there's rumors of hellhounds over by this manor.
Oh
We could
yes,
just say
yes,
we're investigating that.
yes. My men. I have ordered my men to go out and put them down. I don't know where they are coming from. There must be some nefarious reason that these damnable hellhounds have been causing so much grief. I know that they lit some of the farms on fire.
That's just awful. I hope that we can get to the bottom of it soon.
He says, so I also heard that you came from the town of Braunhaven. I heard that they had some problems there as well.
Yes, there were some deaths and some buildings burned down while we were investigating a different matter at Castle Braun. Is that right?
Castle Braun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been meaning to get over to Castle Braun and have my men investigate that. He says, what did you find there?
A lot of creatures had inhabited it, and there's still a giant black widow spider.
Oh.
In one of the we weren't able to take care of that, but most of the creatures are gone now.
Oh well, that's excellent. Perhaps His Excellency, the Emperor, will want to set that up as a regional garrison post.
That's a good idea. So we're just gonna make polite chit chat for the night, I think. At least that's the direction I'm going after we murdered all those people.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I appreciate you letting me kick their ass and helping us, and all that. I'm just, Malachi is not going to talk at all, and Borman is just going to chill out and eat and drink, and
Shouldn't the tax collector be like, why are they making a plate for an empty seat or something? If he can't see.
He's just ignoring Malachi completely.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think I want to go ahead and try to pick up the lady seamstress. Like to try to invite her and the Duke to a threesome.
Oh,
I'm joking. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just
I
joking.
was gonna
But
say,
yeah,
let Mavis make you pretty before that.
yeah. No, I'm gonna enjoy the polite conversation. I might goad him a little bit and talk about how we killed that vampire and everything.
oh, they are. Nestor kind of perks up at that, and he says, "Oh, vampires are very dangerous individuals. It's good that you put him down."
He fell rather easily, I thought, but sure.
He said, "I heard rumors back in the capital, Glauschein, that there was a vampire named Lord Krantz that may have taken up residence in Castle Braun, but there was no confirmation of that. It sounds like you have confirmed those rumors."
Yeah, the shrieks that it gave out were, if I could bottle that up, I could sell it it was just great.
We got that creepy book from that area. You could show him the
Yeah.
creepy book. I bet he would love that.
What is Alora doing?
Chit chatting politely and eating the food.
Is she bringing up anything specific? I mean, are you guys going to talk about the orcs or I mean,
We're trying to play nice. I thought that was, those are all confrontational topics.
well, I mean, what about
I mean, each one of those topics, someone's going to start cutting on somebody. I don't know. We should start discussing this.
what
If we're
about
trying to play that.
what about Dentry and Jackson? What's Dentry saying? The Duke notices Dentry and he says, "Oh, it is." He says, "And please do not take offense to this. It is unusual to see a half orc traveling with so many people that are unlike his kind. No offense."
Well, leads to good combat, and I'm all here for some good combat.
Oh, well, it sounds like you are a very noble person. What's Jackson saying?
Jackson is not saying much, actually, because he's not good with the people.
Okay.
This is too many people for him, and he's kind of like, just awkward. He's just sitting there kind of awkward, like, there's a lot of people. I don't know what to do with this.
Nestor brings up, he says, "Yes, what happened with the town of Braunhaven was very unfortunate." And he picks up his wine glass, kind of swirls it around, and sets it back down. He doesn't drink from it. He says, the people of Braunhaven have been holding out on paying their taxes. It seems the people believe that the Emperor is going to raise the tax rate yet again." And the Duke says, "There have been no plans for a tax increase in the region. I only ask that the landowners pay what they currently owe. I realize that the current tax may seem a bit punitive, but I do not make the tax laws of the realm. I am only here with Nestor to collect. I am innocent of these matters. The people simply need to pay what is owed."
So you were the regent of this area?
The emperor has granted me this land to deal with threats coming in from the old imperial port. I hear that Tassadantalus created many horrors, and he kind of shudders, that came up from that fell place. It is my intention that we safeguard the region from these terrible creatures.
And how would you feel you've been doing on that so far?
Well, we haven't made our foray as far as the imperial port. It's fairly far to the east, but or I'm sorry, to the south, but we do feel that we will be successful. We just have to, put our men to the purpose and have them go in and deal with things. And Lady Bernadette speaks up. She says, I heard that the Braun family was put down by his lord the emperor because they practiced child sacrifice to the demon legions of the hells. I, for one, feel much safer not having those kinds of people around me.
Laura's gonna ask how much the blood of the people of Braunhaven was worth in taxes.
And Dentry's like, so does collecting taxes usually come with killing the people? Dentry's ticked, but he's holding it in as best he can.
Nestor starts to reply, but the Duke kind of cuts him off and says, well, it wasn't exactly like that. Our men, from what I understand and what I've been told by our commanders, is that our men went in to collect the taxes, and the town rose up in revolt, and so the whole situation is very regrettable. But our men were just simply trying to protect themselves.
It is my understanding, though, that your estate and Regency owes the Braunhaven quite a large sum for having to repel the orcs and the other things that were assaulted it under your watch. You were responsible for.
He says,
as you said yourself, yes.
He says, orcs? From the Rock Skull tribe? What orcs?
That's right.
What orcs are you talking about?
Yeah, the Rock Skull tribe. We've slaughtered them.
He says, surely this cannot be true. Someone of foul purpose must be putting these orcs to task. Who would order them to do such a thing?
Well, you did.
No, that is absurd. Somebody's impersonating my noble signature and stamp. I truly hope that you felled those foul beasts. That would hold my word as their honor.
So your honor means like you'll pay the toll that it took to kill the orcs?
Certainly. In fact, I will dispatch people, or I will dispatch men to the town in the morning to pay recompense for such foul deeds.
Yeah, the families of the graveyard is just easily to be able to see all of that. Yeah.
Yes. I will make sure that those people receive a due amount to help pay for all of this. And Lady Bird.
No, he convinced me. He's a good guy, then, guys. I mean, he's going to pay a whole bunch of money. A to be determined amount of money. Oh, that is. He's got me.
Lady Bernadette says, I hear that the Emperor has great plans for this entire region, starting with the Imperial Port. He plans to demolish Tassadantalus' tower. Oh, it will be so good to be rid of that eyesore.
Where's that tower?
So the way back, almost before the founding of the town of Braunhaven, the Archmage Tassadantalus, pretty much when Emperor Belusian Cestus came into power, Tassadantalus was really trying to assist and kind of was acting as the Emperor's advisor in some capacity. And one of the things that Belusian wanted to do was to one of the things that is a requirement of empire is that you take you take your place on the global stage, and in order to do such a thing, you have to have a port that you can conduct trade with. And it's not enough. The Eastern Tradeway and the Imperial Tradeway was built after that fact to connect Glauschein in the north with the Imperial Port in the south. But the Eastern Tradeway, of course, brought caravans from the distant land of Arabatia. But Tacidantalus thought on a bigger scale. We need a navy. We need trade, and so Tacidantalus used sorcery to not only construct his tower, but to construct the imperial port. And the imperial port was massive in scale. There were enormous sailing ships that would dock there, and this was kind of a golden age for the empire because they brought in a lot of trade from the distant land of Orentis that lies across to the south across the Dragon Sea, and many other things. There were colonies that were set up. There was trade brought in from other lands such as coffee and tobacco and cotton and silk, and of course trade with Orentis brought with it gunpowder and the knowledge of matchlock firearms, which is still considered new. But all of that kind of what you guys know is that at some point Tacidantalus went missing entirely. Nobody knows really what happened to him. And shortly after he went missing, Emperor Belusian closed the port. And along with closing the port, he also revoked all titles of nobility that had been given out, which pretty much caused the revolt from Castle Braun. And so, and all of that was put down rather violently. And that around that time, that's when the demon plague broke out, and 2/3 of the population cacked it from the plague, and the 33% tax per quarter was instituted in the realm, and things just kind of went down into the shitter from there. And that was almost 200 years ago. So Emperor Belusian should be getting up there in years, and yet he still sits on the throne.
Man, I don't like all these undead fucks.
Yeah, they're all in the government. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, this is some fucking.
That was also around the time that it was mandated that the worship of Vuslux was the only mandated religion of the empire.
Well,
Vuslux, known as the Crone Father and the One God.
Yeah.
That's not cool either.
Yeah. If you guys don't mind, though, I'd really like just to go see my room.
Sure, we're tired from killing.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Hey, one of your guys when he died, some of his last breaths were like, it was a shame. He said that those hellhounds were his pets.
That's absurd.
That's what I was thinking, but he said it. He's laying out there. Those people came out. They were so violent.
Yeah, he says that is absolutely nuts. There's no way. I don't allow my men to keep hellhounds as pets. That's crazy talk.
Yeah. What do you feed them?
Says, I don't know. I've never had one.
Oh.
I always thought that they just roamed around themselves. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they eat coal? I'm not sure what hellhound.
Do we get the sense that this guy's lying, or that he just has no idea what's happening, like, right under his nose?
I'll allow you to make a wisdom, ability check. You want to roll under your wisdom score.
Do it. Roll low. Roll low.
D20.
The D20?
Yep.
Yay, rolling poorly has really worked out finally. So I got an 8 and my wisdom's 11.
So, which one of your characters is?
That was Mavis, and then Alora got an 8 as well, and her wisdom's 14. So cool.
So both Mavis and Alora just kind of they kind of lean forward and look around Borman at each other, and they're neither one of you are believing any of this.
Yeah, we need to go to our rooms. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
Can Malachi have looked at the book on this dude's neck?
yeah,
I
Malachi.
mean, he would really look at that. He's the book guy. I mean,
Yeah, so Malachi, roll a intelligence ability check,
okay.
and subtract your intelligence modifier from your roll.
That's really low. If I get rid of my intelligence modifier, that 6 turns into a 4.
So, so Malachi kind of notices, of course, the Nestor is completely ignoring um, Malachi completely, and so Malachi kind of looks over, and you realize that this book is actually a spell book.
Oh. Okay. Do I see any kind of weaknesses that make it like I could, take that motherfucker and go?
No. I mean, you're not going to be able to easily pick. This is big. I mean, it's probably almost a foot in width and probably a good 6 or 7 inches thick, heavy bound, and it has a clasp that is attached to a gold chain that goes around his body. It's not something you're going to be able to pickpocket.
All right. Well, so I believe strongly that that's a spell book, huh?
Yes.
All right.
So we'll break here. They take you up, and they give you 3 rooms. Well, 1, 2. Actually,
does her simp come to visit?
Yes. Your simp comes to visit and tuck you in. In fact, we'll put the simp. Well, he's not going to be in the room with the ladies. He'll be standing outside, casually guarding your doors. So we will pick this up next week. But before we do, I'm going to give you some XP.
Oh, huh.
Each of you gets 747 XP.
Yeah. Woo!
And we'll pick this up next week at 12 o'clock on Saturday with what you guys want to do while you're in your rooms up on the 2nd floor. And I'll give you guys a description of the 2nd floor, and we'll figure out what you want to do.
I think we want to go around this place and kill everybody we can.
Probably. At some point.
Yeah. That's what I'd like to do, at least. But...
Also, we could do that after a good night's rest.
Yeah, you got a ball to go to tomorrow. All right, guys. I will see you next week, and we'll pick this up then.
Thanks a lot. Have a great night.
You too. Have a good one, guys.
Later.